Hey, good morning, Facebook. Christopher Hart here with Transforming Lives Coaching and Consulting. And so wanted to do a video, Lead Strong video. Haven't done one in a while. Been working on some projects. I've been using my morning time for those projects related to just some stuff that we're going to be rolling out in 2017 with regard to our Lead Strong concept. So this video is titled Why Talent is Overrated. And I know some of you guys are out there, you guys are probably just watching this video because you can't imagine what I'm possibly going to say, but I'm going to ask you to bear with me. I'm not saying that talent is not important. I'm just saying it's overrated, and I'll tell you why in a second. But Lead Strong video series, it's titled Lead Strong because we have a passion and desire to help grow and strengthen leaders in various different environments, our homes, our organizations, businesses, its relationships, etc. So let's jump right into it because we don't have much time this morning. Why is talent overrated? I believe talent's important, right? Like you need a certain element of talent to be able to accomplish what organizations and businesses and whatnot need to accomplish. But for many of you, you know that I'm a Cowboys fan, right? And so watching the game last night, yes, we're mourning this morning. Tip my hat to Aaron Rodgers, but I think he's the exact reason why I'm making this video. And here's what that looks like, right? For those that watched the game last night, there was two teams on the field. One was clearly more talented. One clearly had more talented players than the other one. Dallas Cowboys, Dak, Zeke, you had Dez Bryant, you had Cole Beasley, right? There were so many talented players on the offense for Dallas. And in the first half, what offense outperformed the other one? The Packers. The Packers outperformed the Cowboys' offense. Not because their defense was greater, but because they had someone named Aaron Rodgers. And here's the thing. Aaron Rodgers, he had a wide receiver as his running back. Okay? Lost his primary wide receiver in Jordy Nelson. His offense was decimated. His defense was decimated. Clearly a severe divide in talent between the two teams. And someone can say, well, you know, Aaron Rodgers is the better quarterback. Maybe that's so. I'm not going to argue that. But Aaron Rodgers possessed one thing that I think many leaders need to understand and possess as a leader, and even in hiring and evaluating their people, is a belief system. Okay, if you saw Aaron Rodgers in that first half of that football game, I mean, homeboy went into a play without his chin strap buckled, right? It was like all the way tucked back here, and he was smiling. You want to know why? Because he had a belief system. He believed in his head. See, he won that game before they ever came out on the field. And for those of you that know me and understand and participate in my coaching, you understand that what I focus on is the psychology of success. And the psychology of success when we talk about psychology of success, what we focus on is what are our thoughts? What are our belief systems? You see, I believe you have to win the game in your mind before you ever play it on the field. If you're going into lead generation with apprehensions and fears and lack of desire, you're not going to win that day. You see, I believe Aaron Rodgers walked out onto that field and he said, you know what? I don't have Jordy. I don't have my running backs. My defense is decimated. If it's to be, it's up to me. I believe, right? I believe he went into that game with a very strong belief system. And then it played itself out on the field. And it outperformed a team whose talent was significantly greater. And as much as I love Dak, who was at the start of the season, 2 weeks before the season even started this year, was a third-string rookie quarterback thrown into the starting role, taking over for someone like Tony Romo. You see, he came into this year with a belief system as well. And I think last night's game, the only difference was his belief system was lesser until the second half. I think he came into the second half with a much greater belief system and created that momentum, and then you saw what happened to the game. But at the end of the day, I've done a video on this before, so you can go back and look at my videos. At the end of the day, there's two very powerful statements that we make. That which follows I am and I believe. You see, I am is going to shape your identity. It's who you are, who you see yourself as, who you think you can become. who you want to become. But it's more so about who you are grounded right now. The second you make an I am statement, I am not good enough, I am freaking unbelievable. You see, those two I am statements are two completely different people. They're two identities. It's how you ground and root yourself. When you say I am not good enough, you are like a weed in a garden, has no roots. It can stand upon itself, but it can easily be plucked and destroyed. But when you say I am freaking amazing, I am awesome, I am unstoppable, I am unbeatable. You see, you're like a tree. You're like an oak tree with deep roots that is going to take massive tools to uproot you. A massive storm. Okay, there's a difference between an oak tree and a weed. And in life, all this is a metaphor for how our belief systems shape who we really become. Right? When you say I believe starts to complement your identity, but it also starts to shape your future. See, I think that Aaron Rodgers went into that game and said, I believe we can win this. I believe I am the better quarterback. I believe in my skills. I believe in my players. And I believe that belief system took shape and form onto the playing field. Right? When Aaron started making all those plays and doing the things that Aaron Rodgers does, he wasn't amazed at himself. It's what he does. And he does it because, yeah, he's got some talents and skills, but I think what trumps talent is the psychology, the belief system. So when I say talent is overrated, what I mean by that is I think we overrate talent. Because let me tell you something, I've seen some very talented and skilled players that don't have strong psychologies. And when you lack that strong psychology, I don't care how good your skills are, you can't win. Because you got to win the game in your head before you ever play it out on the field. But I've seen some people that lack the skills and talent compared to their counterparts, and they crush them. I've seen it with my clients. I've seen it with people in business. I've seen it with people in life. The Bible's laden with statements of what Jesus believed he was, the I am. He is the great I am. Right? Go ahead and study just all the I am statements that Jesus, everything he said after the words I am. Here's my question for you. What are you saying after the statement I am? What are you saying to yourself? What's your primary question that you tell yourself? What that is the foundation of your belief system? I believe I'm freaking awesome? Or do you say stuff like, I believe I'm not good enough? I believe I don't have the confidence. I am fearful. Are those your statements? Because if they are, it's going to be very difficult to manifest that which you want to manifest in your life. But everything and anything you want in your life can easily be manifested by what you say after the statements I am and I believe. So here's what you can take away from this. Talent is good. Talent is important. But it's not the be-all, end-all. Because I can promise you, show me the most talented person, and I can show you some people that still have some broken belief systems that create their ceilings of achievement. See, they may operate on a strong, natural, entrepreneurial way of doing things. But when we talk moving from entrepreneurial to purposeful happens up here first, before it ever can happen out on the playing field. And maybe your diet this year, maybe your New Year's resolution is a diet to correct your weight. Well, guess what? That's your playing field. You have to change your psychology before you ever change your actions. You have to change your belief systems. You have to change your identities. So you can't be the same person. You can't do the same thing and expect a different result. That which got you somewhere is not going to take you somewhere different. It's going to continue to take you to the same place. So the same belief systems, the same psychology that got you to the lacking the self-confidence, not believing you're good enough, not believing you can compete, not believing whatever, is the same belief systems that's going to hold you back. So you have to change your identity. You have to change your psychology, your belief systems. Because the second you do that, man, the world opens up to the actions that you can take. So here's what I would challenge you with today. If you struggle with those belief systems, if you struggle with the identities that may be the actual obstacles to the achievement you desire in your life, take some time after this video and write down some I am and I believe statements. Like, what are the I am statements you need to make in order to achieve that which you want to achieve? What are the belief systems that you need to shape in your psychology? And I know some of you are thinking, well, Chris, that sounds like affirmations. And I read books that affirmations are a load of crap. And Tony Robbins doesn't believe in affirmations and blah, blah, blah. Call it whatever you want. They're freaking belief systems. And if you want to challenge them, go ahead and stick with your same belief systems that got you to the place that's not achieving that which you want to achieve. And then tell me how that works out. But if you want something different in life, just try it. Give it a try. Shape your I ams, shape your I believes, and start working to tell yourself that. Repetition, time on task over time, creates a habit that affords us the ability to have a skill that increases confidence, that decreases fear. And when the fear is down, the opportunity to conduct the activities you need to conduct significantly increases itself. And when you do that, I promise you the results show up. So I'll leave you with this. Skills crush fears. And skills happen from creating habits. That comes from time on task over time. That's repetition. But there's a commitment that needs to be made. Commit to your identity. Commit to the belief systems that you need to shape in your own psychology that'll cause you to be a gamer, a winner, someone who has a high emotional need to succeed. And watch what happens in your life. Hey, thanks for joining me today. If I can help you with anything, please feel free to reach out to me, chris@transforminglivescoaching.com, or feel free to call me on my cell phone. I'll give you my personal cell phone. It's 843-855-9673. And before I leave you, remember one thing. God loves you. So do I. Have an amazing Monday and make it a great week. Take care.